Hello and welcome to my channel. This channel is designed for those of you who have woken up spiritually and have decided to make changes. You've decided to take complete and total control of your lives, complete and total responsibility for your lives and how you want to live from this point on. So in the process of doing that, we come to a point where we wake up, spiritually speaking, and we realize that everything that's happened up to this point has been kind of done to us when we are in an unconscious state. And now we're in a conscious state. And now we want to see how can we make things purposely happen. And a lot of that is first getting rid of all the junk, all the programmed junk that has been implemented within our spirits, our souls. And in order to do that, you have to do a lot of inner work. And the inner work is not pretty sometimes. It's sometimes extremely painful. But I can promise you, it's worth every step of the way. And as I'm going through my healing, I've been going in my healing process for a very long time now, and there are still things that come up, shadows that come up that need to be worked on. And to be honest, there's always going to be something there for us to work on. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here anymore. This is a planet where we develop ourselves. And there's a topic I'd like to talk about. It's something that I struggled with for a very long time. And it's the subject of rejection. And in order to give you a perspective of what rejection is and why we feel that way, I would like to give you a little story. And the story starts with creation, with the creator, with the light, the creator of all, whatever that means for you. It could be the universe, it could be your higher self, it could be the light, it could be God, whatever that means for you. Okay, just make it personal. So the creator created a vessel because the creator is generous and giving. The creator wanted something that could receive. And so the creator created a vessel in which it can pour everything, love, goodness, success, everything, all the good things into this vessel so that it could give, so it had something to give to. During this process of pouring itself into this vessel began to want to also give. It also created within this vessel a desire to give. And the desire to give with earning it, not just with passively receiving all the time. The passively receiving all the time created in this vessel what's called the bread of shame. It means it was just given and given and given, and it wasn't doing anything to receive. And so that was one part of it. It wanted to also do something to receive, not just be given all the time. And on the other side of the coin, it wanted to also give, because the creator poured itself into this vessel. Part of this of the creator went into the vessel, and so this vessel developed this urge to give and this urge to earn, to receive things. And so the vessel exploded. It rebelled and exploded and shattered into zillions of pieces. And these zillions of pieces are what we are now on this earth as souls. We went into different bodies. We were all one in the beginning. And as we shattered and rebelled because we had this desire to give and this desire to earn what we receive, we were put on this planet and put into different bodies. in order to fulfill these two desires. So that brings us to rejection. When you have two vessels, so two people standing, opposite each other, and one has a desire to give in this moment, and the other vessel wants to receive. We all want to receive, but we can't always receive. It depends how big our vessel is. That's another job we have on this earth, is to expand our vessels. So let's take the example that your vessel is like a 60-watt light bulb. The 60-watt light bulb has a desire to receive 120 watts. The creator, the light, wants to give the vessel everything at every moment. The problem is, what would happen to this 60-watt light bulb if the creator put 120 watts into it? It would explode. So there is something that we have to do in order to expand our vessels. In order to expand our vessels, we have to do the inner work. We have to go through the difficulties, go through the hard things in our life, the uncomfortable things in our life, to expand our vessels. And as we expand our vessels, then we are capable to receive that 120 watts that we desire. But first, that 60 watts has to go through a stretching process, let's say. And that stretching process it comes with growing pains. And that growing pains usually looks like a trial that's in front of you at the moment. And I'll do another video to show you how to work through these trials. But right now I just want to come back to this one trial, this trial of rejection. So let's say we have two people now. And one person, their vessel is so big. Their capacity to give and receive is so big. And they come in contact with another vessel. And this vessel is a lot smaller. And I'm not talking about biologically bigger or small bodies, okay? This is our soul level, on a soul level. So this vessel comes in contact with this vessel and wants to give. Maybe this vessel wants to give this vessel love. But this vessel is, first of all, already full of darkness, of hurts, of past traumas, of things that it hasn't worked through yet. So the capacity is, first of all, not there. Okay? That's where the inner work comes from. When you do the inner work, then you create an empty vessel that is ready to receive. But we still have the, what do you want to call it? I don't want to call it a problem, but the challenge that this vessel has a lot more to give than this vessel can receive. If I started pouring all these stones in this vessel, it still wouldn't be able to receive everything this vessel has to offer. And that's where rejection comes in. Let's take back the feeling of rejection. Rejection is actually an illusion. So let's take back this hurt person, this vessel that is unable to receive anything at all because it's still got inner work to do. And this vessel comes along and says, I love you, and I want to give you all my love, and I want to adore you and take care of you and just give you my love unconditionally. And this vessel says, no, I don't want it. I don't want it. This vessel ends up hurt. This vessel ends up thinking, I'm not good enough. That's why I'm being rejected. But you're not being rejected. This one just doesn't have the capacity to receive what you want to give. It took me many, many years to figure out this concept. I grew up with a mother who, no matter how much a young child just gives love. It's just unconditional. And I always went to my mother to give her love, to give her hugs, to give her everything I had as a child, only to receive what I, as a child, interpreted as rejection. And this rejection left a lot of pain in me that I carried through the large portion of my life, until I realized this concept of the vessel, and that we're all just vessels and we can only receive as much empty space as we have. She wasn't able to receive me as a child because she had her own hurts and her own pain and her own traumas in her that she was carrying. That's why I say rejection is an illusion. She wasn't rejecting me. She just didn't hold the capacity within herself to receive what I had to give. And I want you guys to really take this to heart. Anytime you feel rejected, it's not true rejection. It's either that the vessel you're trying to give to can't receive because of all the pain, trauma, and hurt, or the vessel is just too small and you have to be patient. You know, in this scenario, this vessel could give something to this vessel, but not everything. It's nowhere near what it's capable of giving. And so that could feel unfulfilling. That could feel like rejection. Because I want to give you everything, but you won't take it. That's where we have to get to. We have to get to the point that we realize that we're here to give. And yes, it hurts when another can't receive, but it's not rejection. It's because they seriously can't receive. This brought me a lot of healing and a lot of clarity for my reactions, my triggers in my life. And I hope it brings you a lot of clarity. I hope it brings you healing to know that if you are this vessel, if you do the inner work, you can become an empty vessel to be filled and be able to receive. And you can expand your vessel. There are no limits to what you can expand your vessel to. But the inner work has to be done. There's no way around it. And truthfully, the things you're trying to run away from, they keep repeating themselves in your lives anyhow. They follow you. You might as well deal with it, because although it has, maybe you have a new boss and new colleagues, but you're falling into the same pattern, the same situation. You have a new partner, you have a new relationship, but it keeps falling into the same situation, just a different face. The inner work. Each one of us carries the power within us to create our lives the way we want it to be. But that's for a later video. So I hope this brought you some clarity. I hope the light bulb went off in your head, and some healing. Let it sink in. Think about times where you tried to give, where you felt rejected, and maybe speak out a prayer of forgiveness for the person who rejected you. I learned a long time ago to forgive my mother. She truly did not have the capacity to receive what I had to give. And I'm very thankful for this lesson. I'm very thankful for the pain I had to go through. I'm very thankful for my mother, and I'm thankful to be able to bring this video to you guys. And with that, I wish you a wonderful, wonderful day.